get into that in another video.
No, you can't, because there is absolutely no credible evidence to suggest that claim. Let's talk about it. Now, when people bring up this ridiculous claim, there are usually a couple sources of evidence that they'll revert to. One of them is the Gospel of Jesus' wife. Now, this is supposedly a Coptic fragment from the 4th century, but under some scrutiny, it was concluded that it is a modern-day forgery. So that is not a strong piece of evidence whatsoever. Now, the next thing they might bring up is the Gospel of Philip. This is not a historical record, nor is it reliable. It's an anonymously authored Gnostic gospel. It doesn't even state that Jesus was married. It merely says that Mary Magdalene was his companion and that he kissed her. But again, we have no reason to believe that and take that as credible evidence because of the points I brought up. So because we know these sources are not credible whatsoever, you're now standing on an argument of silence, which is basically, well, the Bible doesn't say he wasn't not married, so we can just conclude that he must have had a wife. That is not a logical way to look at a historical account. And so if Jesus was married, you would think that that would be a pretty major talking point to talk about in the account of the Gospels and in the epistles, but no, it's not mentioned once. So let's stop the misinformation of Christianity online, because your whole argument relies on a modern day forgery, an anonymous Gnostic gospel, and an argument from silence. Everything else concludes that Jesus was celibate, and the testament from the early church is consistent with that, and all of Christian theology has upheld that for the last 2,000 years. So, case closed.